People in larger bodies. No, you are not Iron Man in an exosuit or a Gundam pilot in a large mech. You are a person with a larger body. So language matters, and this is just one of those things. Maybe I'm just somebody who cares too much about semantics and things like this, but as a recovering obese person myself, still dealing with some of these things, I think the way people look at the condition of obesity, that illness, that disease that some people are suffering from, the way they talk about it, this whole body positivity. Nobody goes out and says we need to have alcoholic positivity. We need to have heroin addiction positivity. They don't talk about these other things, but there's something about conspicuous consumption when it comes to food that people seem to be just okay about talking about in this kind of sense. We're like, oh, I'm in this. No, it's not in that. When you say in, I think it makes somebody think it's something that they can just take off. Iron Man can just take off the suit and put on a different suit. He can just go back to being Tony Stark. You're also not somebody who is in a Gundam suit that you can just upgrade, that you can get damaged and your body is actually in a protected thing. You're in that exosuit like Iron Man that's fit to you, that fits perfectly so you're protected from any damage. No, on the contrary, that is part of you. That fat is part of you. That weight is squeezing your organs. It's putting pressure on your joints and your skeleton. You have a regular average size skeleton under their average size organs. Well, sometimes the organs even get bigger in that situation. One of the observations I've made about life in general is that problems occur not because of what X is, but because of how we define X. When you think of something that you're in, it's kind of like, oh, I'm in some clothes. So I'm in this old shirt, I can just take it off. You make fun of me, you're not talking about it, it's just this shirt, it's not me. Or I'm in a wig, that's not really my hair, this is a different style, I can take it off when I don't really feel like it. I can also say like, okay, sometimes I have pencils in my hair, but I wouldn't say I'm in a hairstyle. I say I have a hairstyle. It gives you some sort of permanence where you have some control over that thing. It says, this is something that I have. Doesn't mean just because you have something, you can't change it. But once you start thinking you have a larger body, you take possession of that. You have the ability, I think, to now start thinking, how can I change this? Okay, check this statement out. I have to do X or I'll be in trouble with Y. When you think about it in that way, see how the have gives some kind of possession to it. It gives agency, it grants you agency, saying you have this issue or you'll be in trouble with something else. Even if it's yourself, you're putting in this other person himself, this future self of you being healthy. And one of the sad things about this, I can relate to this personally when I'm getting back heavier. Sometimes I would bulk with lifting and things like that. But just when I had that obesity, you could feel the gravity on you. You could feel the weight on you. One of the worst feelings ever was when you're sleeping and you can't sleep on your back because the chest is just pressing down and you can't breathe. You feel like you are encased in something, but you have the ability to change that. You have the ability to control that. And you have the responsibility, I think, mostly to yourself to do something about that and not just welcome it and just expect everybody else to come into that fantasy world that you're living to say, oh, I'm body positive, I'm healthy at every size. No, that is not a fact. That is not the way I think we can actually help each other and help yourself by looking at this thing.